Constructors in a class are used to set the initial state of an object. And when we talk about an object state, this refers to the attributes of the object and their values. And the state is defined by the instance variables belonging to the object. So for example, if we have this triangle class and we define these instance variables being the base and height of the triangle, when we instantiate the class to create an object, we use the constructor which sets the instance variables, being the base and height of the triangle. And the constructor should set the initial values for all the instance variables. And when we look at our parameterized constructor, the parameters are local variables to the constructor, and we use these to provide data to initialize the instance variables for the object. So now if we run this program, for example, the area of our first two triangles is 0.5 and 2.0. So 1/2 by the base by the height. Now mutable objects can also be passed in as a constructor parameter. And remember that a mutable object is an object where we can modify its state. So in the case of a triangle object, we can modify the base and height, but with a string object, we can't modify its state. So the string object is an example of an immutable object. So when we pass a mutable object as a constructor parameter, we should initialize the instance variables with a copy of the reference object. So as we can see here, we copy the base and height of the triangle object that's passed in to the base and height of our current object. So effectively, when we create this object here, it's a copy of the object T1. So in this way, the methods are prevented from modifying the state of the original object. So for example, here, the base and height of T3 are both 1, basically being a copy of T1. And when we set the height of triangle T3 to 3.0 and print the area of the triangle, that'll be 1/2 by the base, which is 1, by the height, which is 3. So the area of triangle T3 is 1.5, and the area of triangle T1 remain the same. So we didn't modify the state of object T1 by changing the height of T3. And note that if we don't write a constructor at all, then Java provides a no argument constructor by default, and the instance variables are set to default values.